Welcome to another episode of First Conversations, where we talk with industry leaders about the intersection of relationships and business. And I've got Joe Schutt here from Unit Realty Group.
How you doing, Mike?
It's awesome having you on.
It's awesome being here.
Unlike many of the people I've been meeting for the first time, I actually know Joe. A little bit.
A little bit. Well, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. So tell me about Joe. Tell me about, what do you do for fun?
Oh God, what don't I do for fun?
Yeah. Well, I know there's some travel, but like, what are the things that make Joe?
I like hanging out with my dog.
Which is it's not just any dog.
Irving, miniature schnauzer, awesome. But no, we walk around the city, we hang out, we go to the dog park a lot.
Yeah.
The dog park's kind of my thing.
Yeah.
Go out, dinner, drinks, friends. I have my local restaurants that I like really go to a lot.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I even had my name on the cocktail menu at one of my favorite restaurants.
Yes.
The last word, according to Joe Schutt.
The last word.
Made with Bombay Sapphire, of course, because you know I'm all about my gin.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right, so we got dogs, gin, travel. Okay, maybe that was a recent thing.
The thing's all about me, dogs, gin, Bombay Sapphire specifically, real estate, Boston, orange. Those are my 5 things.
Those are 5 things.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So tell us a little bit about orange.
It's a color.
It is a color. I'm liking it. Yeah.
So, originally when we opened Unit Realty Group, it was all about your brand and picking your branding and the logo and the name and all that good stuff. Well, it became one of those, I was like, well, we have a lot of orange in the closet. Orange sounds great. Nobody else has it. It's fun, it's sexy, it's hot,
Right.
So
we went with orange. You stand out in the dog park.
Oh, I stood out before that, but that's besides the point. But it's funny when you say the dog park now, and after talking about orange, because one of the big things that I'm all about is not talking about the fact that I'm in real estate and in my community.
Yep.
And
you're the undercover agent?
I'm the undercover agent.
Yeah.
Only because, I wear orange to the dog park every day. I even have bean boots from LL Bean that have orange soles, okay? I have a Boston Red Sox hat that is orange with the white bee.
Wow.
So no matter what I'm doing, what I'm wearing is always gonna be orange. Yeah. My dog has an orange harness, an orange leash, an orange sweater, an orange jacket. So people see us in the dog park, they're like, God, you guys like orange, you match. It's like, oh yeah, it's our company color. We're always branded. Oh, what's your company? Unit Realty Group. Oh, you're in real estate. Why, yes, I am.
And it's done.
And it's done.
There it is.
I don't have to go telling people, hey, I'm in real estate, buy with me. That's just tacky and weird and wrong.
That's a perfect segue. So tell us a little bit about your real estate. What do you do professionally? What does Unit Realty Group look like? How long have you been doing it?
Oh, God. So actually, April's going to be 15 years in real estate for me.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. And I worked in banking prior to that, and a lot of my clients at the bank were at Gibson Domain, a small independent in the south end of Boston. And I was like, I didn't even apply anywhere else. I got my license and I went there. They hired me, and it just kind of blossomed from there, and I fell in love with it. It was amazing. Wow. 2 weeks in, I got my first client. I'm sitting in the office because nobody else did like to do that. Yeah. And I'm sitting there twiddling my thumbs, like, what do I do? What do I do? This is back before the internet was like huge.
This is when people walked into real estate offices.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she walked into the real estate office and she's like, hey, can I get a list of open houses? And I'm like, yeah, sure. Printed it out for her, gave it to her, and I was like, what do I do now? It's like,
do you want to see any of these homes?
I was like, you know what? Instead of waiting until Sunday with everybody else looking at these open houses, there's a few more properties that match your criteria. Why don't we make an appointment, go out on Saturday? Go see all these properties. And she's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And picked up my first client, done.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And now you own your own brokerage.
And now I own my brokerage. So November, we just hit 5 years.
Wow.
My ex-partner and I created the company together, and it's very much about us and who we are as people. And we brought that DNA into the company.
Yeah.
So we're very green, paperless. I drive a Prius. We try to shop local, buy local, all that good stuff in Boston. We are very dog friendly. Everybody loves, their pets and their dogs and this and that. So we're like, yep, if we're going to list your place, don't worry about your dog walker coming in. If they can't get there when we have a showing, we will take the dog out, because pretty much everybody at Unit Realty Group I met through the dog park that works there. It's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yep.
That's great. Well, switching over to the personal side, would you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
What do you think? You already said to everybody that you know me.
I think you're a closet introvert.
Oh God, no! I came out of the closet once. I don't need to do that again. No, I am total extrovert.
Total extrovert. Get all your energy. You don't need any time alone.
Nope.
That's why you're texting
That's
me.
why. That's when I sleep.
That's when you
I
sleep.
sleep. I'm alone. Unfortunately,
and then
these
there are
days.
people and dogs.
If there's somebody out in your audience that is available,
Yeah.
I'm
Joe
you know,
from Unit Realty Group.
Joe,
right
Unit Realty
here.
Group, Boston.
Orange Dogs runs a great brokerage in Boston.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. So I'm curious. I'm so fascinated about the dog park as your central hub.
Yeah.
There's certain areas, certain restaurants. You clearly have committed to really specific areas and groups. Like how do you kind of bridge and build relationships from there? Like where do you start a relationship, or what does that kind of network look like?
So I'm very deeply involved in my community.
Yep.
Okay, so as you know, I moved from
I mean, you're
Beacon
doing
Hill.
events and things, or like what does that mean?
So I moved from Beacon Hill recently into the South End.
Yep.
And okay, well, what do I do? First thing I did was went to my neighborhood association. Got to my dog park. Dog people know everything about everything because they hear things from various people.
Sure.
And I found out
And they
after I
have
moved.
an ongoing, consistent time to talk with each other
Exactly.
about it. Yeah, that's interesting.
And so all of a sudden, I just moved to the South End back in March, and I was talking to the dog people, and we're talking about beers and burgers in the morning. Keeping this in mind, okay? And next thing you know, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're starting this. We're having a dog meeting." It's like, "Oh, tell me more about this." They're like, "Oh yeah, we have a dog group here, and we want to do something more with it with the neighborhood association." I was like, "I would love to be involved." In Beacon Hill, I helped out with the creation of the Common Canine on the Boston Common. Like, "Oh, you should totally join us then." I was like, "Great." Went to the meeting. There's about 10 people there, and out of that was born the Square Dog for the Blackstone Franklin Square Park.
That's beautiful.
So we branded it. We popped it into Facebook. We created a group here, and the group has been around maybe 4 months, and we're 250 people strong. The community was built around it.
Wow.
I do Tidy Up Tuesdays. I bring coffee. We all clean up the parks together. We just did our first little event. We did an ugly sweater contest for dogs and humans. And I brought little prizes.
That's amazing.
I brought little prizes,
That's
and
amazing.
then we had the community was just so involved at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning.
Wow.
It was great.
I love that. I mean, it's on brand and personality for you. You're actually giving, and it has nothing to do with real estate,
Totally.
other than a geographic area.
The only thing that was brought up in the real estate realm for me at that time is because you're gonna love this. I have Unit Realty Group branded poop bag dispensers with built-in flashlight. It's dark when you're out there trying to, in the winter trying to pick up your poop.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want a branded flashlight with the poop bags in it?
That's amazing.
I wish I had one to show right now.
Yeah.
It'd be
Picking up
cool.
dog shit.
Yeah.
It's great.
And
And cleaning up the parks.
So from there, I joined the neighborhood association, and here I am 11 months later. I'm co-president of my neighborhood association in the South End.
And that's how you dominate a neighborhood.
Nope, that's how you become very good friends with a lot of people and build relationships that happens to turn into business.
Yes.
And I've made some
those
great
are the steps.
friendships.
That's beautiful. And so I usually ask how people go deeper in relationship, because so much you have so many past clients and all these people spread all over the place, and Facebook can be kind of a skimming across the top. One of the things that you go deeper is it that consistent dog. I mean, we get the dog park.
It's huge in the dog park, but
like that's an obvious channel. But how do you go deeper with others?
I'll tell you a perfect example. So again, moving from Beacon Hill to the South End, I lost obviously seeing
That
my
dog
dog
park.
park friends like every single day
Sure.
in that dog park. So I go back to my favorite restaurant, La La Roque in Beacon Hill, and I tag all of my Beacon Hill friends, dog people or not, on Facebook. Say, hey, I'm going to be at La La Roque tonight from 5 until close. Stop by and say hi. I'd love to have a drink with you.
That's beautiful.
And I get anywhere from 5 to 50 people.
That's why the last word is named after you, because you're the last
I
one
am the
there when
last
it
one
closes
there.
up.
Yep.
There you go. It's memorable.
It's very memorable.
It's memorable. So you're able to continue on with that community.
Yep. And I'm still on a couple committees in my old neighborhood, and I'm still involved in the community. Yep. We sponsor the dog show that we do.
Yep.
Again, back to the dogs.
Yep.
Sponsor the dog show at the neighborhood block party. So I stay involved in all the neighborhoods as much as I possibly can.
Sure.
Plus, we have a huge giving back arm. So I just sent out like $8,000 in checks to charities that are local to Boston, because every deal that we do, we give 5% of our brokerage commission back to charity.
Yep.
So
That's
we've
great.
been able to stay very involved in all kinds of stuff that way as
And
well.
that's another layer.
Yeah.
That's right. So I get you guys have mastered the relationship and real relationships where you're really giving and
would
serving
say-
other people.
And it is really real relationships. I'm not going to be fake with somebody and just hang out with them because I want something or need something.
Yeah.
I'm either going to go to them and say, hey, I'm really looking to do this. Will you help me do it? I'm going to be point blank about it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I need to build a relationship with that person so I can get to this person so I can get what I want. No,
Right.
that's not a
It's
relationship.
not a real relationship. People see
If
through
you
it.
need something, go ask for it.
Yeah.
If you want to build a relationship with them, then build a relationship with them without an end goal of getting something out of it.
Cool. Well, we see that the flip side of the relationship. So now as people know who you are,
Yep.
they know your Unit Realty Group.
They know
How do
my unit, yes.
They know your unit. How do they know that you're a good realtor? How do you build trust? How do they know that they should work with you?
Because most of my business is realtor to realtor referrals within the organization of the National Association of Realtors in Inman.
Okay.
And I would say some years even 50%.
Wow. Are
So,
from realtor relationships.
Realtor relationships from across
Wow.
the country.
Okay.
And how you establish that is you don't just get involved in a little group online and say something here and there. No. Go to the events. I go to the YPN. I go to NAR annual. I go to NAR mid-years, legislative meetings.
Yep.
I go to my local and my state meetings. I go to CRS. I'm involved in CRS deeply.
Yep.
And if you're showing up and you're giving back even your realtor community, they see that. In my actual community where I live, it's all about relationships again, and most of my business is sphere of influence, past clients, referrals, that way, and they're talking about me. We're in the middle of doing a brand video for Unit Realty Group, and 4 of my clients did a video testimonial for me.
That's great.
So I have people talking about it for me, not me talking about it. And then on top of that, we take Real Satisfied,
Yep.
the product,
Yep.
third-party verified, they're on the site,
Yep.
and anybody can go there, and I've actually had people find me online. Oh, we saw these awesome testimonials about you, and I'm like, great. And they're all about,
Yep.
we used Joe back 6 years ago, and then we just used him again to buy and sell and this and that, and he's been
And
wonderful.
then that gives them the confirmation of I really like
Exactly.
Joe, and here's the confirmation.
Yep.
That's great.
And it's great because I'm not saying it about myself.
Yep. So we love the fact that it sounds like almost all of your business comes through relationships. 70% of the industry runs that way, and we love that. It's
And-
relationship driven.
Yeah, and I don't even take online leads anymore. I give all those to my agents.
Just hand it off.
Yep.
That's beautiful. What's hard about the relationship side? What's hard about being in such a relationship driven business? Is it?
The hardest part is not being able to see everybody all the time
Yeah.
as deep as you want and being on 24/7.
Yeah.
It becomes very difficult.
Even for an extrovert like you?
Even for an extrovert like me. Because I want to see so many people all the time,
Yep.
but there are times that, I have to go work, I have to go do this, I have to walk my dog. Otherwise, I'd be 24/7 with people and just hang out and do something. And even if it's
hard to
as
know when the
simple-
finish line is, I guess, and all those
Exactly.
things. Yeah.
It could be as simple as like just going out for one beer and saying, hey, what's up?
Yep.
It could be as extravagant as going to the Beacon Hill Gala, getting all dressed up and seeing everybody.
Yep.
So
But it sounds like you really care about those relationships. So the fact that you can only focus on a certain group is
Yeah.
tough. That's
It
cool.
is.
That's really cool. Well, now we'll switch over into some of the kind of tips and tricks. You don't have to give away all your secret sauce. I appreciate, I think this is a perfect example of picking something you care about and giving and building awareness that way.
And I'm willing to give because if I can make our industry better by sharing tips and tricks,
Yeah.
by all means, take
right.
it, run with it, use it.
Go for it. So, in those that you already gave the example of orange in your brand color, but are there other ways that you find out if someone's interested in real estate or kind of get into real estate conversations, or that you found are great kind of conversational points to build that trust in a real estate conversation when you're in the dog park?
So I'm actually going to give a different example. I'm going to go
Sure.
a different direction with this, and it's something I started with my new agents. Again, 3 brand new agents.
Yep. So you're training them on this right now.
I'm training them on this,
Okay.
and it's starting with your business plan, figuring out your brand, figuring out your niche, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
One thing I have done with them is, and I apologize for the swearing up front, sort of. I don't really apologize, but for the audience I do. Is I want you as an agent
Yeah.
to pick 15 to 25 people in your life who are your fuck you people.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, who can you go to and say, send me some fucking business right now, you bitch. And
Yeah.
the reason I say it that harsh is because that's how close I want that person to be to you.
It's how close that relationship
Okay.
is. You have that level of relationship that you can say, I need this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you talk to your agents, did you build your sphere of influence? Well, I don't know who to put on there. I don't know this. But if I say, who can you go and say that to? They're like, oh, well, I could say that to this person and that person and this person.
And that jumpstarts everything.
It jumpstarts everything, gets their mind really thinking about who's my
Sure.
closest person that I can actually say that to.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to say those exact words,
Yeah,
but it gets them thinking in a really deep way.
Yeah.
So one of my agents right now is coming out of the wine business and wine tours and wine tastings.
Tons of relationships.
So
And memorable experiences, I would
Memorable
imagine.
experiences.
And some forgotten experiences.
Yep.
Yeah.
just a few. So she wrote a blog post. It's entitled, "Uncorking a Fine Bottle of Wine is like opening the door to a fine home." Wrote a blog post about it, comparing the two, which is awesome.
Yep.
We have her Fuck You group together.
Yep.
She sent out her invitation to an event at our office doing a wine
Doing
tasting.
wine tasting, of course.
Yep.
Yep.
And then those people are also going to be there to talk all about Fiona. Why is she getting into real estate? Who is she as a person? And we'll figure out her niche market and the way to brand her from that.
And then they'll be able to communicate that out to
Yep.
others.
'Cause
And they all have
agents-
the same message.
All have the same message.
Fascinating.
Agents do not know how to pick their own brand and their own
sure.
this and their own that. So, but if others are going to talk about them, we can pull all those thoughts together and
Yeah.
create a brand for her and get it out there.
Wow. That's amazing.
And if you think about it, everybody knows one to two people who are going to buy or sell in the next year.
Absolutely.
If she has those 15 people there that night, there's 15 transactions hopefully for that year.
Yeah. Wow. So you mentioned this earlier. It's really hard to stay in touch with everyone. You just can't. You have to pick and choose. But how do you re-engage with someone that you haven't talked to in a while, but now you want to? So you haven't talked to them in 2 years. They unsubscribed from your unit, newsletter, and how do you start off?
Usually it's either, okay, if they don't want to be a part of that group, then that's fine.
Yeah, you're not forcing anybody.
I'm not forcing anybody to
Sure.
do anything. If I do find somebody I want to re-engage with, it is more of a, hey, I saw a pop-up on Facebook about this, and I reached out and said, hey, congratulations.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything else.
Low barrier.
Low barrier.
See
if
if
you
they
want to respond.
see if they respond and react.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not going to force somebody to do what they don't want.
But you're starting a conversation. That's one of the things we're really interested in. It's you're looking for that two-way.
Yep.
Even on a low barrier, can we get something started again?
Yeah.
Got it. And you take it from there.
Exactly. And again, if you don't want to force it,
Sure.
there's nothing worse than a forced relationship. Whether it's a client, a friend, anything, sometimes you just got to cut it off.
That's right.
Done.
So Fiona gets up and running. What are the things, once she's identified her niche and her group and all that stuff, what are the things she should be doing every day or every week consistently? Like, what are the habits the agents should build to continue, dog park, et cetera? What are the things that you do every day? Or do you have any systems and process?
I know I'm not that person. I'm too ADD.
So it's kind of as it comes.
I'm scattered. It's how
Sure.
it comes.
But you've actually limited yourself. You limit yourself to an area and all these things. You have some strategies, but in terms of engaging, it's just as you feel it.
Yep. It's how I feel it. But I've told my agents.
And maybe that makes it feel really natural to people you're connecting with.
It does, and that's what it is. It's all about the natural.
Yeah.
I'm not a door knocker. I'm not going to use some script.
Sure.
Some people are great at scripts. I'm not. I have to be me. I have to be natural. And you know what? I've given my agents like different ways of doing things, and we're going to figure out what way works best for them.
Sure.
I've had them go to one of the things they have to do is they have to go find 2 networking groups
Yep.
and join them.
Yep.
They don't have to be like a true networking group.
Sure,
It can
sure.
be, oh, this group gets together every single week, and I'm going to be a part of that group because I'm interested in that topic. Because if you're not interested in the topic you're going to network, you're not going to want to go. Have fun with it. One of my other
great.
new agents.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fiona didn't even have her license before she came to training. She got her license after training started. That's how
great.
excited we are about it.
Yeah, for sure.
My other guy, he came through and he's into music. So I was like, go to the Berkeley School of Music and see what kind of events you can do there, a mentorship maybe, or this or that. Because the people that are there aren't going to send you business, they know people who are most likely going to.
Sure. So on the most likely going to question, if you had this crystal ball or these glasses you could put on, and now you go to the dog park and you see that person's selling in 6 months, that person's definitely not selling this year, that person's going to sell 9 months from now. Does that change how you work? What did you do differently?
It wouldn't.
Yeah, you're going natural.
I'm going natural, and
That's right.
I'm having relationships with these people, and
That's right. And if that person walks up and talks to you, then so be it.
yep, because they know I'm in real estate, and I know everybody always forgets, and that it's not
Sure.
top of mind.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be that gross person. There's 15 realtors in my dog park.
Wow. Shark
Yeah.
infested waters.
Maybe a little.
That's right. So
But you know what?
the secret's gotten out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things that I'm just going to go to the dog park. I'm going to do my thing, and
You don't need to force it.
and I know people that they're going to be like, no, he's lying. He's really out there doing this so he can get the business. Yeah, there's always a small part of me that thinks in the back of my head.
Well, it's a relationship-driven business. That's why we talk about that intersection. But the
And
more
it's all
real you are
about-
on relationships, actually, that we think that correlates to being
Yeah.
better at the business.
So you build the relationships, and the business will follow.
Yeah.
You don't go after the person like, hey, you're selling in 6 months. I want to work with you. I want to start a conversation with you. Because if my conversation is not going to flow because I want to do that conversation,
Right.
then it's going to feel awkward and weird, and they're not going to use you anyway.
That's right. Well, on that note, since we're called First, we
Yep.
help get people in touch with people first. We're going to go through a lightning round of firsts and see if you can get through all of them in
Okay.
60 seconds.
Bring it.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right,
Unit
great.
it all.
Go. So your first job,
Kentucky Fried Chicken,
first car,
1978 Plymouth Volare,
first listing.
534 East 8th, and that
She
client
walked
has
into the
3 different
office.
times.
We heard about it.
Yep.
First thing you do when we wake up in the morning.
Walk my dog.
First pet.
Dog.
First question you ask when you meet someone.
How you doing?
First album music you bought.
It was probably like Def Leppard or something.
First computer.
A Tandy from Radio Shack my mother bought.
First Inman Connect.
2012, New York.
First phone number.
413-732-5314. My
He got
parents
it.
still have it.
He got it. First plane flight. Where'd you go?
Florida to take a Disney cruise with my parents when I was 12. Turned 13 on the cruise.
First home you bought.
Dorchester, neighborhood of Boston.
First website domain.
First website domain, joescott.com.
First time you traveled overseas.
2000.
Oh, so close. So close. We're out of time. Oh, that was good. That was fun. Well, thanks for being on another session of First Conversations. And we have Joe Schutt. We'll put all of his information below. But thanks for being on. This was fun.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Good
it.
to get you known better.